find it hilarious that when black women tell y'all that they're tired and that they will no longer be fighting your battles, that the response from so many of you is the gaslighting outrage, in where you heard them say that they are moving forward anti everything other than black. Because that's not what the fuck they said. What they said was, we are tired of carrying the emotions of others. We are tired of the laborious task of teaching and educating others about racism, about prejudice and bigotry, macroaggressions, microaggressions. We are tired. They said, we are tired of being asked to support other movements and other communities just to be left carrying the movement that we didn't start. And y'all who heard this are mad, upset, offended. Bitch, the Walmart free bin audacity that y'all have. According to the data, according to the numbers, right? Black women were the leading demographic in this election. The leading demographic in making sure that our country did not fall into the hands of someone that will set us back hundreds of years. Black women who are at the front of almost every single disenfranchised, disproportionate policy that affects a community. They literally, when it comes to reproductive rights, and we talk about birthing mortality rates, black women are at the top of the list. When we talk about certain illnesses and cancers and receiving equitable health care or not receiving equitable health care, black women are at the top of the list. When we talk about protections, being heard, when we talk about job security, elevations, promotions that are not being given, black women, usually 9 times out of 10, top of the list, right? But in every single solitary social civil movement, black women show up and carry the burden and the bulk of said movement. And they said to y'all, we're tired. We're not doing it anymore. We done told you what the fuck y'all need to know. You don't listen. And so we're going to go back into our community and do the work we need to do for us. And whatever movements you have, whatever fights you need to fight, y'all can do that on your own. They never said that they were anti-you. They never said that they didn't support you fighting for your rights to exist in the communities you belong to. They just said, we're not going to let you fool us again into making us the backbone of your movement. When the reciprocation of that support, the reciprocation of that fight is never fucking returned. That's what they said. And I'm also not going to let you motherfuckers get on this application and come for black men. I don't give what somebody told you. The data shows us that black men showed the fuck up and showed the fuck out in this election. Black men and black women were the top 2 demographics of people voting for true change, voting for equity, but voting for human decency. And I'm not going to let y'all sit there and then tell you and let you tell anybody that black men did not show up in this election, because they did. The last percentage that I saw was a whopping 81%. Now, could it have been more? Black men, could we have done better? Absolutely. But black men showed up in this election. And I'm tired of you motherfuckers spread misinformation about anything other then what the happened? It, boy, what you heard versus what I said is like, that struggle is real amongst so many people. Black women, find you some peace, okay? Get you some rest, okay? Get you a good cocktail. If you don't drink liquor, get you some good lemonade. Get you a little snack, a little pizza, a salad, or whatever it is you want. Just find you some peace and protection. Just because you deserve it. You fucking deserve it.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are reacting to a very powerful and honestly necessary message that people need to hear. A Mexican man stands firmly beside the black women in the United States, calling for something we don't need to talk about enough. Rest. Yes, rest. After 2024 election and years, decades and centuries of struggle, it's time we let black women breathe. Let's talk about it. First off, I want to acknowledge how meaningful it is when people from other marginalized communities, for instance, this Mexican man, step up and say, Black women, we see you, we know you are tired, and we got this. That is solidarity, and that is healing. That's long overdue.
I want to call in black gay men, specifically black gay men who may be feminine presenting like myself, because I find that a lot of times we are able to find parallels with black women in understanding what they deal with and what they go through. There's always been a bit of a symbiotic relationship between black gay men and black women, and a bit of camaraderie and support between, but there's also been a bit of, contention and even competition, which that's another video. But I want us to be very careful about policing how black women should feel and how black women should move in this particular time, given the political news of who our next president is going to be. I don't care what parallels you can create. I don't care what sympathetic, empathetic scenarios that you can mirror. The fact remains, we are still men, and no matter how feminine we are in our presentation, no matter how gay we may be in our orientation, we are still embedded and bred with a patriarchal misogyny that is a daily work to deconstruct and decolonize. And it is bred in us to have this idea that my opinion, what I think is my opinion, becomes a policing of how black women should and should not move. We're very well educated on what the job of white supremacy is. We're very clear on the tactics, techniques, tools that are used to keep the working class and the poor in disarray and in division. We're clear on that, I promise you. Everyone's clear on that. But even in our queerness and our feminine presentation, we're not facing the same struggle, the same issues, and the same nuances that black women have been having to face and will have to face in this new administration, specifically as it surrounds reproductive health care. So, as a gay man, as a feminine presenting gay man, whatever the case may be, you may have an opinion on what women should do, what black women shouldn't do. Try to keep those opinions to yourself, because no matter how you slice it, you're not a woman. And you shouldn't dig into your patriarchy and misogynistic breeding to try to police what women are saying, how women are feeling, and how black women are moving. Black women said they tired, they gonna sit down, they not supporting nothing else for a time. Trust me when I tell you that they've earned that. And to try to convince them to do anything other than what they feel they need to do for their sanity and for their peace means that we are working in the patriarchy, working in the misogyny that keeps black women oppressed. And we gotta stop that shit.
So, guys, for quite a long period of time, black women in the United States have carried not only their burden, but also the burden of the entire country. Think about it. During every election cycle, we look to black women to save democracy. When we talk about social justice, we expect black women to lead. When racism shows up at work, or maybe in school, or perhaps at the streets, who are the people expected to explain about it, or rather to teach about it, or organize around it? It's the black women. That's why that man was saying that black women are tired and they need to rest, and he was in support of it. And I love the fact that this Mexican man isn't just saying keep pushing, he's saying rest. That is revolutionary, because rest for black women has never been optional in the United States. There is always another fight, there is always another protest, and even another classroom to speak in. So, anytime a black woman says that we need to rest, there is also another group that always come in and say that the rest for black women is an optional rest. But the fact that other marginalized communities are chipping in and seeing that black women have done enough in the society and right now they need to rest, that's revolutionary. You know what, guys? What hit me the hardest is when this Mexican man said that black women are tired of carrying everyone's emotions. That is so real. Because in white spaces, black women are expected to smile through microaggressions. In progressive spaces, they're expected to be the campus. What about the public spaces? They're expected to be strong even though they are breaking from inside. This is what majority of the people always expect from black women in all the countries, especially in the United States, because the suffering that they have been enduring for quite a long period of time, it's unbearable. That's why they say that they have done enough. Right now, it's time for them to rest for the next 4 years. They played their part, because the labor of explaining racism again and again and again, it's trauma. It's not a teaching job. It's not black women's teaching job in the United States. So this Mexican stepping in to support the black women, it's so healing. I felt it so deep. And now, finally, we are starting to see something shift. People from Latino, Asian, Indigenous, LGBTQ, and other marginalized groups are stepping up. They are not asking black women to lead them. They are telling them to continue resting, that they'll pick it up from there. You know what, guys? That's allyship, that's maturity, and that's love. If you see people from other communities seeing your struggles and stepping up to support you, that's love. That's so real, and you always feel it so deep when someone is talking nice about you, or when someone rather is seeing your struggle and mentioning it publicly that, oh, I always see how you always do it, but right now is a time for you to rest because you have tried your best all the time. I think about the power of the communities healing together beyond just showing up at rallies. It's checking in. It's building systems that don't just rely on the trauma. It's passing the mic, and that's exactly what this Mexican man is doing. He's passing the mic back to the black women, but not to speak, to breathe, and to recover. So, to all black women watching this one is for you. Your strength is unmatched, but more importantly, your humanity deserves honoring. If you choose to rest for the next 4 years, we see you, we got you, and you don't have to carry this alone anymore, because right now we have seen the struggles that you have been undergoing through. You deserve some rest. You deserve to work on your mental health. You deserve to keep your family happy. You don't deserve to be involved in some of the activities that might interfere with your mental health in the community. Right now, please, the way you decided to rest, is time to rest for the next 4 years. If you felt this video like I did, let me know in the comment section. Tag someone who actually need to hear this. And remember guys, solidarity isn't just marching together. It's making space for each other to heal. It's showing love to each other. It's seeing the struggles that someone have been enduring, then you support them both emotionally and physically so that they can heal and you heal together with them. So guys, don't forget to like this video, share it, and subscribe if you're coming across the channel for the very first time. I'm your host, Judy. Until next time, hoping to see you on my next episode. Stay safe.